Just a minute. Yada, yada, yada. Get this all ready. Give it a moment to warm up. Try to get connected to my computer. So I am going to switch it around. Love it whenever you have a perfect setup and a perfect plan. All right. There you go. Ay. All right. Oh. All right. I was trying to do a sew with me live and my stand has decided to break. So I'm going to do a different setup. Y'all stick with me. I promise I'm getting to it. Let's try. Yeah, that works. All right. I have a couple of baby showers coming up, and also I have a pair of jeans that I need to mend and fix, as you can see right there. So I figured I'd get on here and do that. So we are on. Feel free to comment, chat, whatever. Ask questions. Hi, my name's Cloudy. I do crafting and homemaking and chicken content. And if you hear a noise in the background, that is my cat running around the room. And I'm currently making a couple of burp cloths for a cousin of ours who's having a baby. All right. Hi. How you doing today? I'm currently making a visible seam burp cloth. This side needs to be trimmed down just a little bit. And I have a short that I'm put out tomorrow of me starting my cleaning out the house series, just decluttering and getting rid of things, because that has been something I've been talking about. I want to come up with some more subjects to talk about with chickens too, because I know a lot of people follow me for that, and I want to make sure I don't completely abandon y'all with that, because I do enjoy it. So if y'all have anything that y'all would like to see in that subject, I would love to hear it. All right. Oh, I got a couple of chats. Let's see. I think there's
in here. Yeah, sometimes lives take a while to warm up. Good. I'm not feeling good. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good.
Yeah, I've been battling a cold too. I'm finally over it, but I'm still kind of sounding a little nasally. But I'm sorry you're sick. Okay.
Um, 2 times at school. Oh no. Oh, you're homeschooled. Oh, I was homeschooled too.
All right. Put all the extra up. I'll move this until I can finish it later. Let's see.
Um, Trust me, it's the worst.
Oh, it's not always the worst. Believe me. But also, I have kids who are in public school currently, so it kind of just depends. I think it just depends. But I grew up kind of on a farm and stuff, so I probably was blessed in the sense that I had a lot to do. And my parents put me in a lot of clubs and stuff, which was pretty smart of them. Ow. All right, let's see. I want to allow plenty of room. And this is a great beginner project because not a whole lot you have to measure and do. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to make the edges kind of raw, is what they call it. Is that you cut little pieces and it looks frayed. And it turns out really nice. And if you don't cut it in a perfect straight line, nobody knows. Alright. Let me see something here. And I'm going to keep my laptop right here. Put that up. So I can see y'all's live streams a little bit better. But y'all are still in a good view there. Okay. Oh, hi again. GT, I don't know what that is. Y'all gotta forgive me. Some things I don't understand what y'all mean. Because I'm 30.
Alright. Yeah, VR. I like to play
Oh, okay. I was talking about video games. Gotcha. Okay. And for this particular thing, I do a zigzag stitch. So when I cut the edges right here, it'll hold its shape a little bit better. almost finished with it. Just gonna do this corner up really good. And done with that. Get all the little loose threads off of it, because again, this is meant for a burp cloth for a baby, so you want to make sure it's all safe and good. Alright, so what you're going to do is, if I can show it to where you can see it, is that you're going to take the edges and just do little lines. And not past the seam either. Or the stitches, really. Because if you do that, it'll tear it all up, all to pieces. See, I made a mistake there. Oops. But that is fine. I'll try these other little scissors. Yeah, the little ones are definitely easier to do with this. Alright, frame up good. Alright. I got that. Oh, and we have less than 2 weeks before those chicken eggs start hatching, so I'm super, super excited about that. And we're trying to make sure their temperature is staying right. One time it got a little too cold because we did have a little bit of a cold front come through a couple of days ago. But hopefully we caught it in time and they're still good. We do have to check on them in about a week to make sure they're good through there. You can candle them and see the inside. So I do plan on having more videos about that. Maybe when we do candle them, I can show that. And I do have a series on how I'm planning on kind of cleaning up and simplifying my home. Because whenever you have animals and I'm trying to run a craft business or trying to get it off the ground really, you don't have time for all the extra cleaning up and stuff. So I want to get my home down to a point where it's very easy to maintain. Which I know is hard with 2 kids, but at least get close. And when you throw this in the dryer, it's going to fray up a little bit more and kind of look almost tattered on the edges, but in a cool way.
And another reason I want to simplify my home is that we have talked about getting maybe some ducks or something. It's not nothing final yet, but it's up in the air right now. And that's going to be another chore. But I really would like to do that. Because that sounds absolutely amazing. As you can probably tell, if you ever looked at my channel, I absolutely love any kind of farm bird. Ducks, chickens, geese, all that. So is anybody else who's listening on here a small creator? Alright, go. Because I'm trying to kind of figure all this out. I feel like I've gotten some of this, down. But I'll admit sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what to do. You kind of have a bunch of different ideas of videos you want to do. But I know you have to be careful about not going too off subject. So if anybody else on here has been through, being a small creator and trying to get a YouTube up off the ground, what's your advice? I'm kind of curious. I want to hear some things and learn a little bit. My barn cats are hanging out on the front porch. I'm kind of starting to worry about one of them. One of them looks like she's going to have kittens. I'm trying to keep an eye on her because she's very skittish. And I'm trying to get her to be more friendly. And she's getting there. It's just really slow. Oh, and while I do have maybe a couple people on here, what do y'all think about doing some videos about whenever we start going to animal swaps and stuff? Because we're going to get those chicks that are currently in the incubator up and ready. It probably won't be till maybe April. There is one in March, but I don't know if we'll be ready for that one. But would y'all be interested in a video or live of us at an animal swap and what that's like? Would anybody be interested in that one? If you don't say in the chat, I am going to post this. Even though there is some quiet spots, I am going to post this and put it on my channel. So if y'all would be interested in that, comment. currently thinking of just a bunch of ideas. Maybe some tips and advice on how to prepare for an animal swap or a farmer's market, or run your. And also, you do have to learn how to barter a little bit, because sometimes people, like I said, will just come to you and ask for something cheaper, and you don't want to, lowball yourself, but also if you want to sell something, you got to kind of make a deal in a way. So that's another idea I had about doing a farm swap video. What's some more ideas? I do need to put out some videos of crochet stitch tutorials. So if anybody has a request on that, I'll be glad to hear you out. And just in general, raising animals, raising children, that's pretty much what my videos are about, and a little bit of crafting. So what are y'all doing today? Okay. Done. Probably once I finish cutting the fringe on this thing, I'm going to do the mending the hole in the jeans. It's actually really, really easy. You kind of think it's a complicated thing. It's not. It's just mainly taking your time with it a little bit, paying attention to what the stitches are looking like. So once I get done with this, I'll probably move on to that. Make sure. Double check my connection. It's probably going to act like it's disconnecting for just a minute, but I will be here. It's alright. I don't know what it is. Every time I use my Wi-Fi on this phone, it makes it really blurry and doesn't look right. And I have to finish this sewing project. And also I need to get ready for my son's birthday party is this weekend. So I have to get ready for that. It's not going to be anything big, but, just cake, snacks, some family and friends. That kind of thing. It's nothing. I try not to do super big and complicated birthday parties, except for maybe like the first one. I think after that, really and truly, the only thing a kid wants for birthday is just cake and food and attention, really. At least I've noticed that with my children. Now, my daughter is kind of getting to the age where she is, being more, she's requesting certain types of presents and stuff more. But even then, she's not, we just don't do huge parties because I feel like it's just more stress than necessary. Kids are really, really simple. They want, just like I said, some of their favorite food. Few gifts is a bonus. And just, some attention. They like to feel like, I think every now and then, especially when they're siblings, just to kind of feel like it's their day, Get that. And y'all, thank y'all so much for the likes, the people who are sending the likes. I really do appreciate them. And I do read every comment and chat and try to at least answer them within a day or so. So please know I do read every single one of them, and thank y'all so much. And I really want to learn how to, get this thing off the ground a little bit. I don't think it's ever going to be a huge thing, but, just enough. To where I can do something with it. There. And I will have to toss this in the dryer so the frame can look a little better. Alright, got that done. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can prop this up to where y'all can see it a little bit better. Just give me just a minute. Alright, I'm going to put it on my stand real quick. See if it cooperates with me this time. If it's a lot of noise, I'm sorry. Alright, so let's see. So I'm currently going to mend this. These are my absolute favorites right here, and I do not want to let them go right now. set this up. There we go. Finally figured it out. Alright, so for this, I'm just going to use these little scissors. And what you want to do is roll them up on the bottom to where right below is the hole. There we go. And to go through, kind of just weave through these threads a little bit. It does not have to be perfect. So now I'm kind of thinking about crocheting one of those, you know, little patches. You can make it into a little daisy looking thing. So I'm thinking about doing that, but I do want to make this bottom part more secure so it doesn't fray anymore. So I might do that. I might make a little tutorial on how to do that. What do y'all think? I think I am going to do that. So I'm not going to make it look the prettiest, because I'm going to go ahead and put a patch over it. I just don't want it to be torn up anymore underneath. So would y'all be interested if I crocheted like a patch? It's basically a patch that's going to be a circle, and then you do little lines around that looks like petals. So it kind of comes out looking like a little daisy. And you can put it over a hole, or you can just put it on any clothing just for decoration. there. Now it just goes sideways. So would y'all be interested in a continuation of the chick care video? I did a live, probably, I think that was about 3 weeks ago. I did a live on Chick Care 101. And would y'all be interested in something where that is maybe continued or clarified upon? So if I were to do some color of a patch or some pattern of a patch on this hole, what do y'all think? Should I do more of the daisy looking thing, or should I do like a granny square or mini granny square? Like almost like a patch, like with fabric, like I do have honeybees, or the camouflage, or I also have one with a bunch of farm animals on it. What do y'all think? I want to hear from y'all. Me personally, I'm kind of thinking either the honeybees or make the crocheted daisy flower to go over it. So I'm almost done. Make y'all vote now. The honeybee patch or crochet the daisy to go over it. All right, finish that part. What I'm going to do is this. Just stick it through there so it doesn't show. And then cut it. Alright, so to cover this hole, I'm seriously considering. Oh no, is that too much? So what do y'all think? To patch this hole, I have a hole in my jeans. And I don't want it to get any bigger. That fabric to go over it. Or this one. Make a vote. Which pattern should go over the patch? Or which pattern should go as a patch over the hole? And that's the color blue jeans right there. So which one? Or, let me think. Let me see something real quick. I think I do have one crocheted little daisy right here. It might look cute with it. Alright, so currently deciding on something to put over this hole in the jeans. It's either this pattern, has a bunch of farm animals, this honeybee pattern, or put this over it. Of course, I gotta hide these little edges or the strings that are hanging down. But once you sew it down, it kind of looks like a little flour over it, and it's just big enough to cover up that hole. So what do y'all think? Going once. Going twice. Alright. We're going with the little daisy flower. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this over that hole so it just looks a little nicer. Of course, I'm going to take these. Just take a little tapestry needle. This is no problem. So how are y'all doing today? I'm trying to get the chat going just a little bit. Get that through there. I'm currently trying to get a whole bunch of mending and house projects done. Now that the weather's a little nicer, I'm kind of in a spring cleaning, getting chores done mood. So I've been doing a lot of that. And also kind of, we're not going to probably do anything for spring break or anything like that, so nothing huge. Get that. See, whenever you flip it over and put it over the hole, probably going to do the circle first and then kind of arrange the petals how I want them. I don't want them to look completely perfect, but just look a little more fuller. You could see them better. What y'all think? Does that look good? There we go. I think this is going to turn out all right. I personally kind of like the hippie looking style. Alright, just gotta find the right color thread. Okay. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Get my needle back. I'm currently trying to get, like I said, all these house chores and stuff, and all the mending projects done while craft fair season is really not up and at 'em yet, because once that comes around, I really want to focus on that, because I really want to kind of get this stuff off the ground. And go to more craft fairs and get that up and running. Alright, got that tied on there. Trim off the excess. Now we got it pinned on there real good. Yeah, I think I like this decision. Okay. On there. Get that on there. Okay. Alright, I got it on there. At least, and now I want to arrange the petals and stuff. Kind of seeing how I need to do that. Probably gonna bring it closer to me and then just switch this camera around. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. And yeah, if y'all are new on this live, this is currently what I'm working on. Is that I'm gonna fix the petals up, but it's supposed to cover this hole I have in my jeans and look like a little flower. Isn't that cute? I kind of freehanded that though a few days ago. Thought this would be perfect for it. Let's see. Got it. And just kind of arrange them to where they look somewhat even. I don't want it to look too perfect. I kind of like it to look a little, I guess messy is not the right word, but not perfectly symmetrical. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Here we go. I can't wait for this to finish up. See how it turns out. That's another thing I'm trying to learn how to crochet more, is like little things that can cover patches and holes and stuff, because when you are working with kids and animals, you wear out clothes really quickly. Really quickly. And this is actually how I turned a regular kitchen apron into a egg collecting apron. I crocheted a bunch of little granny squares and I put them all over the front of it, to where you can basically like just a whole bunch of little pockets. Because I realized I kept forgetting to take out my egg basket every time I went to check on the chickens. On there. Alright, at least a third of the way there. That time. Okay. Get that going. Let's see. Uh-oh. But yeah, I do have a few videos to put out this week that I'm working on. I'm trying to come up with some ideas for more the longer videos, not just shorts, because I know I do a lot of those just because it's very easy to do and it's very quick to come up with some ideas for that. But I'm trying to think of some longer videos to make and I really don't know what to make yet. I'm trying to think of maybe doing one where I teach different crochet stitches. Maybe one about chickens. I just haven't figured out what subject to do yet. And I guess I'm kind of in a writer's, I'm kind of having a writer's block at the moment because I feel like I had so many ideas when I first started, and I'm kind of like, what do I do now? But I'm still planning on having some shorts done and that kind of thing until I can come up with something to talk about in a long video. Because it can take a little while to figure out something that you can talk for, you know, 5+ minutes to film about. So if that's anything on my channel that kind of interests y'all or that you can think of that I do chickens, I do crochet, crafting kind of stuff, and also a little bit of homemaking and mom life. I don't want to turn into like a full blown vlog kind of channel. That's just not what I want personally want to do. But those are kind of the subjects I cover on my channel is basically homemaking slash mom life and crafting and how I care for my chickens and things that I've learned this past year of raising them because you will learn a lot. And I did a live about 3 weeks ago, like I said earlier in the live, that I did talking about chick care and how to make sure they have the right shelter and the right temperature because they like things warm. So I feel like I covered that one. Unless I did a video where it's full blown and you can see pictures and I can edit it a lot better. That's an idea. Um, I can do a tutorial on how to make this little patch that I'm currently using on this. I'm trying to brainstorm ideas. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to hear people out and pay attention to kind of what they want. Yes, this is my channel, but also I want to pay attention to what my subscribers are kind of, why they subscribe to me, what they want to see a little bit. Obviously, I don't want to go too off subject of my channel, but I like to hear people out a little bit. So that's just kind of where I am lately with that. I just want to figure out what to write about, film about, and get that all straightened out. I need a little bit more thread on this patch. So what I'm going to do is just wrap it around this a few times. So keep that around. So I'm probably going to do at least one tutorial on how to make this little flower patch. And then I don't know what else to do. I've got one video that I'm planning on putting up tomorrow of kind of just me cleaning out my kitchen cabinets and stuff because that needed to happen. And I'm probably just going to do a voice over it. It's just going to be like a quick 1-minute video. But I am trying to think of more ideas with the chickens. I just can't figure out what to cover on it. Maybe I can elaborate on what kind of chicken breeds I have and why I would recommend them. That's been a thought in the back of my brain. Sorry, I'm stuttering just a little bit. And so that's one idea I've had about making a video for the chickens. I know a lot of my subscribers follow me for that. And also a lot of followers or subscribers follow me for the crochet stuff. And so I probably am going to brainstorm a little bit. So if y'all have any ideas, please let me know. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear, some ideas and think about that. So I'm going to log off. I've been over here for over an hour, I realized. But anyway, thank y'all so much. I'll put a picture on my channel of the finished project. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.